guys, it's 21 Maxwell here with another episode in my WWE update series. We are now at Hell in a Cell, our October pay-per-view, and it's been a very interesting road to the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. We became an international company, and then out of nowhere we became a national company again. Quite unsure how. We kept gaining pop in every show we're doing, and it was randomly on a Wednesday. In fact, I tell a lie, actually, it was a Thursday in game where we just magically dropped to national. Only things I can think of was potentially a declining industry, which we'll look at in a second when we look at the tickets, or potentially TNA playing some tricks on us because we're at war with them, although I did try and cancel that war to let them live a little bit longer, but not to be. They decided they wish to keep up the war, so we'll keep raiding them for talent, and hopefully we'll buy them out at one point. Speaking of buying companies out, we have bought our first company as we aim to basically destroy the wrestling industry at the same time as making WWE a major power, or just the only power in wrestling. We have bought out Progress, which is a shame because it's one of the more known companies in the UK, but they had debts of over 150,000, and I just decided, yeah, we'll buy them. I had a chance to make them a development company, but with no TV deal, I felt there was no real chance to gain overness a lot for some of the younger talents that would be going there. So I just decided to take the company. I took a villain from them. I took Mark Haskins. We took El Ligero as well. They're all in NXT now. We took their championships. One has 100 prestige, so we may see that at one point. As you see there, we've got the Progress Natural Progression Series, which is 60 prestige. Can't retire it at the moment because we're in the PM. And if I just go to the any status, you see we've got their championship, which is an A plus 100, and their tag team championships as well. So maybe just have as many titles as possible, even if they're all retired. So got them. So we'll quickly look at tickets. The wrestling industry is actually rising, so that's a bit annoying why that's happened. Our size is in a fairly decent position. I don't know if we can get that up, can we? Yes, we can. So you can see here, obviously we need to go over 71 importance in 8 regions of America. We have it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I don't know if something's happened. Maybe a lack of shows in Hawaii could be the potential problem. Maybe we've not had a show in a while in the mid-Atlantic, and that's the reason why we've dropped. But so we're doing well there. We're doing well in Canada as well, and slowly building up the likes of the UK and British Isles, Mexico, Japan, Europe, and Australia and New Zealand. So we'll see what happens. Today's show, if I go back to the ticket, is going to be booked in Commercia Park in the Great Lakes region. It was the closest we could get to the 42,000 expected, so we're going to be having this show in Detroit. So I say it's Hell in a Cell, trying a couple of things the first time as well. We've got a few all-out matches to try and get as good a rating as possible. We have a storytelling match because that's what we need to do for in order to progress as an entertainment company, and we have an epic match style just because it's not going to be once in a lifetime, because I'm probably going to do the match in a rematch. The good thing before we start of going a little bit into a shock phase at the moment is there's no real pressure on us to sustain 3 storylines over 79 heat. It's back down to 2 at 77 heat. So that means we can kind of use this spell between Survivor Series and probably until the Royal Rumble to just build up new talent, give other guys a chance. So we'll probably see like a push for Tyler Breeze and a few other people from NXT or people that have been brought in. We've got Drew Galloway in as well. He's had a couple of impressive performances so far, and he's someone we could expect to see in future pay-per-view episodes. So you got to take the positives with the negatives. I don't think it'll affect us too much financially. We're still in good money, and if the wrestling industry keeps increasing, then hopefully if the economy still goes at a decent level, we'll make a good bit of money. But without further ado, we will kick on with the show. It has 23 segments as a pre-show segment. This is WWE Hell in a Cell. Enjoy. So, despite this saying 42,000 fans were due, we have only ended up with 35,612, so it's not great. You know, it means there's going to be 7,000 empty seats. I was hoping for the sellout, but it is what it is. And in our pre-show match, Jericho, Chris Jericho and the Big Show defeat the New Day members Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, since Big E is no longer with them, in 8 minutes and 46 when Chris Jericho defeats Xavier Woods by pinfall, the code breaker. Xavier Woods was a weak link in the match, struggling to keep up with everyone else's performance. It's a C plus 68, so not amazing. Chris Jericho is going to be turning face shortly, so he's foreshadowed his face turn here. Kofi Kingston with a 67 rating, Xavier Woods with a 54, Big Show 71, and Chris Jericho with a 73. Kofi Kingston improving technical skills, but just a match-up really to give Chris Jericho a little win there. And, you know, just to show the New Day are going to be kind of mid-card without Big E by their side. They then start the show, and we've got Michael Cole and JBL just basically hyping about our two main events, which is Roman Reigns and The Undertaker, and for the World Heavyweight Championship, Dean Ambrose versus Randy Orton. Now initially, the plan was Roman Reigns versus Undertaker in Hell in a Cell. Just thought, big massive matchup in Hell in a Cell. Then Undertaker complains there's a good chance he could get injured within the Hell in a Cell structure, so he refuses to take part in the Hell in a Cell match. Meaning, that's now a singles match, and we now have Dean Ambrose versus Randy Orton for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship in a last minute Hell in a Cell match. Pretty pissed at that, but I suppose if it's Undertaker's age and stuff like that, in the game he probably just doesn't want to do it. So that's cool, I can deal with that. And we just have to move along. So C plus 67. All positives here, let's carry on. Our opening contest and a bout that had great wrestling and decent reaction from the audience. DMG, the Detroit Machine Guns, in their would be hometown, yep, they're both from Detroit, yep. They defeat the Kings of the Strong Style in 11 minutes and 44 when Alex Shelley defeats Hideo Itami by pinfall by using underhanded tactics. So Detroit Machine Guns win the WWE Tag Team Championships, the first title in WWE for Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, a solid B78, got the crowd buzzing, which is good to see. Hideo Itami with a 79, Nakamura with a 77, Sabin with a 78, and Alex Shelley with an 82 rating, so very good performances in ring. It continues the storyline with this segment. Nakamura improving flying performance skills, Alex Shelley improving his rumble skills, and Hideo Itami improving his performance skills. So honestly, not a bad tag division we've got at the moment with these teams. Looking at it here, Nakamura for inconsistency, Shelley for inconsistency, and just capped for being a short match. So even though this went nearly 12 minutes, it was seen as a short match. Interesting. I don't want to put too many long matches because the psychology is a problem with so many wrestlers that I'm trying to keep it capped around about 10 to 15 minutes. But we'll see. It depends how much the penalty is for each instance. But new tag team champions, the Detroit Machine Guns. And basically after the match we just have them celebrate, giving them a little chance in front of their home crowd. So they're getting 50-50 reaction, obviously boos because they're heels, but it is in their hometown. B minus 71 for that celebration. Nothing really to comment upon this segment. Next up we've got a promo with John Cena. Big Match John is going to be facing Sheamus in our second match, which shows you how stacked the card is. B77, Cena was an unscripted promo. He's just come back from injury, so we don't really have a major program for him, but I wanted him to get a win on pay-per-view. So he faces the Celtic Warrior Sheamus. Just limited for being short because it was a last minute thing adding this promo in for his matchup, which resulted in a 79B. In a good match, John Cena defeats Sheamus in 11:42 by pinfall with an attitude adjustment. Sheamus is pretty much upper mid card. I want to drop him into mid card. I feel like if we can pair him up with someone, he could be a good experienced hand in a tag team. But Cena wins, low, as you see there. He's still getting 90 performance rating. He's still over. May as well keep him there until the declining physical ability really hits him. But no skill improvements to speak of. And your negatives, both gentlemen declining physical abilities, both gentlemen holding back momentum and obviously the match length, but I'm still happy with a B79 for our second contest. Next up we've got a music video just to promote Finn Balor. Balor was another weird one, we didn't really have anything for him, but he's one of the ones we need him on pay-per-view because we have big plans for him heading into WrestleMania season. There's a few guys have got marked out their full plans to WrestleMania. He's not one of them, but he's booked up pretty much until TLC. So I've decided to use a new method of getting a notepad and just writing everything down. So if I take like a week away for the save, everything's there. So B minus 75. Can't argue that. It's decent overness for someone who's not quite main event, but is on his way there. And in about that had great wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd. Finn Balor defeats The Miz in 10 minutes and 11 with a flying double stomp or coup de grace. B82. Balor with an 87 in ring performance. The Miz with a 72. Again, because it's not too long, we don't suffer from psychology issues, although Balor does have good psychology. No worker improvements to speak of. Only negatives there, the length of the match and poor momentum. So the good thing is with Balor, he's been getting a lot of good matches. If you happen to post on the Grey Dog Software website, on the forums, you may have noticed he was part of an A plus 99 match I had. It was a 6-man tag with him, was it Cesaro? Him, AJ Styles and Seth Rollins against Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe in A99. And that was with Samoa Joe off his game. So we're getting some good matches from some guys. And Balor looks like he's going to be a key part of that going forward. After the match, we have another one, which is about that had good wrestling and some decent reaction from the crowd. The former tag team partners collide as Bray Wyatt defeats Doomsday in 10 minutes and 26 by pinfall with a standing senton splash. So B81, Bray Wyatt's getting better at his gimmick. So basically Doomsday and Bray Wyatt have split up. Doomsday kept losing, Wyatt gets sick of him. And of course his other brother is back. So all good there. Only negative is the inconsistency of Doomsday. I bet the former Abyss has been a great hand to have. He's helping us get good ratings. And that leads us into our next segment, which is Doomsday. He's not celebrating his victory, he's just in the ring. And then Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper decide to run in and beat him down. So it's basically going to be Harper and Wyatt against Doomsday, and we'll find them a partner from somewhere. I think I've mentioned it before, but we're looking to bring in a kind of Kane and Hurricane type thing. Or Kane and RVD type thing, but it'll be Doomsday and Kalisto, where hopefully we can give Kalisto a little push and get him up in overness. But B-71 for this segment, it continues the storyline. No negatives there, I'm pretty happy with that. Another good feud in our mid-card, which is a shame because our mid-card are opening pay-per-views. Next up, we've got a promo from the boss Sasha Banks as she gets ready to defend her Divas Championship, or Women's Championship, excuse me. C plus 67, as I say, is very good. I was unsure where to go with this feud because we're at the stage with the women where they've pretty much all faced each other. There's only so many times you can do Paige, Sasha Banks, Charlotte, Natalia, or all in the same kind of combination. So we've promoted a few people. Bayley's up. We've got a tag team up of Candice LeRae and Evie, who are Kiwi Candy. I really struggled for a name, and then remembering that Evie was from New Zealand, I thought, well, Kiwi, and then Candice LeRae had like Candy or Sweet Candy or something as a previous wrestling name, so we just went with Sweet Candy. Kiwi Candy. Horrible name, but that's what we went for. So we're hoping to expand the women's division. We've just decided to go with a fatal 4-way for this one, which gives us a B-73, so delighted with the women taking part in this match, which in about that had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Sasha Banks defeats Paige, Becky Lynch and Charlotte in 13:24 when Sasha Banks defeats Charlotte by submission. Sasha Banks makes defence number 3 of the Women's Championship. Charlotte was a weak link, no real desire to take the title off of Sasha just yet. Whether we have another title change before WrestleMania, I'm unsure. But with good runs from Charlotte, a good run from Becky Lynch as champion, and now it's Sasha's time. In terms of the in-ring performance, Paige with 69, Becky Lynch and Sasha get 68s, Charlotte with the 58's a bit disappointing. No skill improvements. Overall, I'm pretty happy with that. Just hopefully keep building up this women's division. Hopefully we can maybe get it to a B next time, and then start heading towards a B+. But really, good faith in the women's division, and they're young enough to keep improving and get better. So plenty of time to work on that. Next up was a promo with Big E. Oh, Big E has invented a new catchphrase that will likely boost his ability in the microphone. Excellent, excellent. Big E's really getting over with mic promos. Sometimes you get an A from him, sometimes you get a B+, so not an amazing one today, but still really good for Big E. He's feuding against AJ Styles. It's kind of a small feud as well. Styles just come back from injury. But again, it's trying to put Big E in high profile matches before he gets his big push. So delighted with that. No negatives there. And the match itself, again pretty solid, a B80, and about the head superb wrestling and good heat. AJ Styles defeats Big E in 12:47 with a Super Styles Clash. Don't know how he'd put the Styles Clash on Big E, but apparently he did. Got the crowd buzzing. AJ Styles win 91 and Big E with a 76 rating, so it's pretty promising there. AJ again is going to get a good push as well. So let's just try to give all these guys time, but not job too many of them out. You know, we want to keep everybody as strong as possible, so put them in high profile matches, hopefully keeps their overness at a decent level, especially when Big E's losing to someone that's more over than himself. So happy with that, the B80. Again, penalised for the short match length, but I'm trying to get so many matches in as well, and I suppose I can take that one little negative if it means we're not getting caught with psychology issues. Next up, we had a bout that had some great wrestling and good heat. We had Cesaro defeat Rusev in 12:04 by pinfall with the neutralizer. Cesaro makes defense number 4 of the WWE United States title. B81. Rusev was off his game. Cesaro got 99. Rusev with a 70. Cesaro's on the brink of the main event. We just need to keep pushing him strong as this champion. I think he's about 80 overness at the moment. We can check that after this episode and when we're back at the main screen, but I feel like he's someone that's just so close to getting into that main event picture. No skill improvements, and the negatives here, inconsistency of Rusev, and again the match length. But I'm quite happy to keep my upper mid cards doing about 12-minute matches all out because they're still going to get fairly good ratings. Then after it, we've got another title match, and about that had great wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd. Sami Zayn defends his title against Alberto Del Rio, and he wins in 13:35 by pinfall with the Brainbuster. Sami Zayn makes defense 11 of the Intercontinental title. B80, the reason it's 11 defenses is I've just had Sami Zayn defend it all the time. A fighting champion, defending champion against the odds, and he's somehow won it every time. Alberto Del Rio was slowed down by his injury, similar to Uso. He's got tendinitis, although it's ankle tendinitis for Del Rio, so he's stuck with this injury for a year. So he's still getting good matches, we just have to deal with the fact he has that injury. Great chemistry between them, which is good to see. Got the crowd buzzing, most matches have. Sami Zayn win 86 and Alberto Del Rio with 76, and it continues their storyline. Where they go from here, I'm unsure at the moment. Negatives: stamina, working injured, and the length of the match for Sami Zayn and Del Rio. So not too bad. And then after the match, just a little celebration segment just to give Sami Zayn a little bit of the spotlight, and it's a good B78 angle there, so happy with that. Next up, we've got a video hyping our match between Dean Ambrose and Randy Orton. This is how much faith I had in the match that it's the third from end match, it's not even the co-main event. Continues the challenger from out of nowhere storyline, but B+87 is good. And the match itself actually delivered. God damn it, I didn't think it would. But in an exceptional match, Dean Ambrose defeats Randy Orton in a Hell in a Cell match in 14:58 with a headlock driver. Dean Ambrose makes defense number 1 of his WWE World Heavyweight title. B+87 is fantastic. Surpassed my expectations. There was the lack of psychology, which I expected, but I did make it another all-out match, which got the crowd buzzing again. Dean Ambrose had an in-ring performance of 94, and Randy Orton an 89, so very good for the guys. The storyline continues. If they had the psychology thing nailed down, basically I think both are at a B- for psychology. If we could have got that to maybe like a B, we could have maybe seen this possibly peak into the A- bracket, possibly into the 90s anyway. But delighted with that. We carry on. Kind of wish I finished in that now. But we've got Kevin Owens cutting a promo for his match against Seth Rollins, and that's an A91. Really just a case of trying to get Owens up to that next level. He's kind of had a little bit of issues with Seth Rollins, thinking why Seth Rollins deserving all this, being hand-given stuff. So good promo there. A91, as I say, continues their storyline. No skill improvements, just limited for being short. Match itself probably will suffer from psychology, but let's see how it does. B+86, so that's good. And about the head, superb wrestling and great heat. Seth Rollins defeats Kevin Owens in 13:45 with God's Last Gift. Again, the psychologist said it was going to be an issue. This was another all-out match, just to make sure we were getting a high rating for it. So Seth with the 94, Kevin Owens with an 85, and it continues their storyline. This is the reason why we're looking to try and get the likes of Finn Balor to the main event, Cesaro, people who have good psychology. So someone like AJ Styles, who has great psychology in this, is like working with everybody just to try and help improve their opponent's psychology for when they tangle in the ring. It's cool. It's a cool little dynamic to the game that so many guys suffer from psychology that it's making me push guys I wouldn't normally push. Like, I'm even considering bringing William Regal back just for his psychology to try and pass some of that knowledge on. I think that's a cool little extra factor of the game. Instead of just fantasy booking, you have to work around it as well. So as much as it was a flaw and didn't quite like it to start with, because I'm so used to it now, I'm really enjoying that aspect. It's making me work around. But negatives for the short match length, the psychology, the KO's inconsistency, but a good win for Seth as we keep him looking as strong as possible. So we've got a video hyping up our big match between Roman Reigns and The Undertaker, A94. Continues, there's a big dog in my yard storyline that I've called it, and Corey Graves was weak. I will say this is the first time I'm using the epic match setting, so I don't know how this is going to go. Our whole show pretty much obviously lies in our main event, so I'm taking a massive gamble with that. Hopefully it does the job. We can't gain pop, but as long as we don't lose pop, we'll be okay. I'm going to truth time, I guess. And it flopped massively. Damn it! We're going to lose pop. But in About the Head, fantastic heat and great wrestling, Undertaker defeats Roman Reigns in 20 minutes and won by submission with Hell's Gate. So, obviously I wanted the two of them have a rematch, so it felt necessary that Undertaker wins via submission. Roman was not going to put Taker over, so to make Roman look strong. Another annoying thing was Undertaker's stats are horrible in this. Like, he doesn't even have like great brawling, you'd think, at least at his age, like, because he's still a very good brawler. So it's a bit disappointing, but you know, you have to use people like Undertaker, and you're booking fantasy matches like that. You know, you need to have Taker in the main event. So disappointing. When these two have their rematch, which will probably be at Survivor Series, I don't foresee it being the main event. So disappointed it's a B-72. Taker's off his game. Obviously he's going to be exhausted, but I thought if we made it like epic, it would maybe be a sense of Taker would pace himself a little bit, but not to be. See, I'm learning from this as well. Don't put a 50-year-old man in an epic match. I couldn't put it as once in a lifetime because it's not once in a lifetime. But you got the crowd buzzing. Taker with 59, Roman Reigns with 96. Just shows the difference in skill levels at this moment in time. No skill improvements to speak of. You see all the negatives there. So we've got Taker done for inconsistency, Undertaker done for stamina, and obviously his declining physical ability. And because someone else is playing his gimmick better. Then a negative for booking decisions because we put Taker over Roman, who's more over. And because we've done it in epic and everybody was already buzzing from all the epic matches early on. So there's a learning curve from this, but maybe we could have got that 1080 had we not made it an epic match and maybe made that the storytelling match. But hopefully, with Taker up in such a high psychology stat, I think his psychology is something at like an A96. If you can pass some of that on to Roman, I'll be quite delighted. And we end the show. Undertaker's obviously submitted Roman Reigns. Oh, I think Undertaker needs to be booked a little smarter. He needs shorter matches. He was totally disposable in this one. So that's on me again. If we make him face Roman Reigns, it'll probably have to be like a 12-minute match. That's cool, cheers, Road Dog. But the match is over. Undertaker's celebrating his victory. Roman Reigns obviously got caught with one bad move, made him get tapped out. I think he's still kind of fresh a wee bit. Just decides, nah, fuck this, and beats the hell out of the Undertaker. Beating him down to a bloody pulp. A plus 100. Proper segment to finish the show. It might save us a little bit. Continues their storyline, as I say, that'll go on as well. I'm going to truth time then. How are we going to score this? I'm going to predict B-78. I think the main event just takes too much out of it. No, actually a B81, which means we don't actually lose pop anywhere, which is ideal. That's perfect then. We can't gain pop anyway, so any score over 80 right now is good. So we've learned from this, and it's not cost us. So I think I'm happy with that. And two people are going to get praised: Dean Ambrose, Randy Orton. You guys surprised us. You just can get complimented for that excellent performance. So Dean Ambrose is pleased, Randy Orton's pleased. And because we'll be jumping out in November, we'll get to see our financial situation at the end of the month as well, which is hopefully pretty decent. Let's have a look then. Vast majority enjoyed the show, so that's always a good thing to see there. Not struggling too much with that. Anything else here that directly concerns me? NXT women have their NXT Wild at the weekend. I've basically just given them weekly shows just to give them, because there's so many workers in that division, they're working as much as possible to improve. So you can see some of the female athletes that they've got assigned to that company there. It's good to see. Anything else here that directly affects us? GFW getting some deals. I don't think there's anything over there that affects us. Okay, so we finished first out of 2 in Mexico. There's a booking position available at NAWI after their founding, so this is a new company. This is the New Age Wrestling Incorporated, which is based in Japan. So it's also interesting to see how they do. Super Delphin is the owner, I believe. Well, best of luck for them, see how they do. DirecTV were unhappy. I think we're meant to get like an 83, so hopefully we'll get better ones, better ratings than that. That's a one-off poor show, right? That's cool. We can improve on that. 9.52, so by far and above our best pay-per-view buy. Like, I think that even outdoes SummerSlam by a good bit as well. 3.51 on TV in places that don't have pay-per-view providers available to us. That would make a network. And Dean Ambrose has dissed Xavier Woods by saying he has poor ring psychology after the whole time where he says he has good mic skills. So we'll delete that. I am going to quickly look at my coverage. So you can see here we're good in some places, just really struggling in Australia. If I look at broadcasting, DirecTV need an 83, so yep, we're under that, but that's cool. If we can keep improving, then they'll be okay. Sky Box Office, they're happy that we got, so that's good, we're getting good coverage there. I'll need to remember and retire the Natural Progress series, and they're going to expect that. Size-wise, as I say, we're still pretty much at the same level. As I say, we don't lose any pop over the next month or two we're in the shock phase, I'll be happy. That's still good there, we're not really losing too much there. And financially, did not make as much money as previous times, although if we can compare it to last month, remember last month I also ran the Beast in the East special, so that's why I didn't make as much on pay-per-view revenue or as much on ticket sales. TV revenue is up though, so that's good. Sponsorship money was up, merchandise was up, just spending 100, maybe 150k more on workers, a bit more on development, merchandise was a bit more, marketing, so a few things there, and the miscellaneous was 1.2 million more than usual as well. So I'm not too fussed about that, you know, it's not horrible. 4 million is still a good profit. And when you think we started at 25 million and we're now at 56, if I can get to hopefully about 70 million by WrestleMania, we'll look at the network then possibly. So we'll see who's about to do contracts. Bringing in Ishii, pretty much just because I want to have more Japanese guys here. He's got good overness, and I think he's someone that we can push for maybe a year or two. So he's in, he'll sign within the next time. And Mikey Nichols signs a new deal, and then we'll have to send him back down to development until his tag partner is ready for the main roster. So entertainment skills, because they're still poor. And the good thing about this year is, if they don't want to do that, then you just say, just go and work down there. Until Shane Haste's ready to come up, just go to NXT. So that's cool. So overall we're looking pretty good. Can't really argue. Just really want to try and push back to international, but accept that's going to take maybe a month or two until the shop phase is done. It's all good to say we've booked to over 100 shows, but then you go to that, that's the user thing. 7 months we've been in charge, 104 shows. My best Raw was the one that was just there, and that main event between Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, Balor against Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe, which got my 99. Not the highest attended show, that's still SummerSlam, but pretty much the highest attended, the highest TV rating there was that Raw, and Hell in a Cell there was our highest buy rate at 9.52. So pleased with the way we're going. I say it as a save, just for fun. But yeah, I hope you're enjoying the fact that, yeah, getting to see how ridiculous I'm booking some things, and how much I just can't keep a locker room happy. But no, I'm enjoying the save, I'm enjoying the game. Really looking forward to hopefully getting into Mania season once we get close to our Rumble. I'm now going to go away and try and figure out my plans for Survivor Series, so hopefully we'll have that up maybe in another week or so. Might be not as often as videos once a week because the Euros are coming up, and I feel like I won't be playing as much TW. And of course, with this save, there is no set time scale for videos going up. It's just whenever I'm happen to playing it. And I'm going through a phase where I'm playing it a lot. So we'll see what happens. But I'll say, guys, thank you for watching. It's deeply appreciated. If you enjoyed it, don't be afraid to drop a like. Any comments are deeply appreciated, and I'll respond back to all of them, even if it's just any random stuff about TW, any questions or anything. I'll try and direct you to as much help as possible. If it's not for myself, then hopefully I can get you some info off the Grey Dog software forums or the old Fantasy Booker subreddit. I say thanks for watching, guys. It's deeply appreciated. Hope we'll see you next time for the Survivor Series. Bye bye.